Hello and welcome. In this video I'll be showing you the results from killing steel dragons with Fire Surge for 10 hours. And this entire video was done with 98 magic. Special thanks for the suggestion for this video goes to Samuel Goodwin, but with all of that covered, let's go ahead and get straight into the loot. So as you can see, the loot for this one comes out to almost 1.9 mil in total, and a majority of the loot from this one comes from both the blood runes and the alchables that the steel dragons drop. You should also note though that we didn't get any of the rare drops like dragon plate skirts or dragon plate legs, so all of that money comes from alching mainly rune items. You'll also note that we only looted 35 dragon bones and no steel bars, and that's simply because it's not really feasible to loot everything in every single drop, as you'd be banking too often, as even the closest steel dragons in the catacombs of Korend still take a little while to get to. For the experience we managed just around 80k magic experience per hour. And when you consider the high requirements to do this method, that being 95 magic at a minimum for Fire Surge, that really isn't that impressive. The supply cost for this one also isn't very good either. It cost us 4.9 mil overall for an average of 500k almost per hour just to do Fire Surge on these steel dragons, which left us with an overall profit of around minus 300k per hour. And finally, across 10 hours we managed just over 420 kills for an average of 42 kills per hour. So when you look at all of these stats overall, you might wonder why you'd ever want to do this method. It has high requirements, it's not a very fast method of training magic relative to other methods available like bursting or barraging, and it is relatively expensive as well at minus 300k per hour to boot. And the simple answer is that this is an incredibly low effort way of training your magic without much focus required, while also being cheaper than the best thing to compare it to, which would simply be splashing. Essentially, the best thing about this method is how incredibly easy and safe it is to do, because with a dragon shield and anti-fire dragon potion, you can't take any damage from steel dragons as long as you're not in their melee range. The ones in the catacombs of Korend have high hit points, and they also have a bit of magic resistance, so you're not going to be hitting all the time on them, which essentially means that you can simply click on the two dragons and then walk away from your screen for several minutes at a time without any real stress at all. And the added bonus of this compared to splashing is that you actually have a chance of getting some decent loot from these dragons if you're very lucky, namely the dragon plate legs, the dragon plate skirt, and the draconic visage. But even without these items, it's still cheaper than traditional splashing, with the only downside being that it takes a little bit more focus than normal splashing does. Overall, this method is by no means meta changing or anything like that, but it's just a nice little way of training your magic if you're feeling a bit lazy and you don't mind a small loss of profit. So if that sounds like something that would interest you, then feel free to give this a try. But with all of that said, that is it for the findings of this video, so I do hope you enjoyed and found it helpful. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day as always, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys!